Fiedler from the Spectrum Protect development team. You can use the Create Backup Schedule wizard in the Spectrum Protect GUI to create multiple backup schedules for each of your data movers. If you don't know how to use this wizard, please refer to other tutorials on YouTube that demonstrates exactly that. In this video, I would like to give you some tips how to reach the best performance when using parallel offload and to avoid failures for your parallel offload jobs. Here are some tips. First, create separate backup offload schedules for each of your data movers to reach the maximal parallelism. Second, ensure to have a distinct set of virtual machines for each of your backup schedules. Otherwise, Spectrum Protect can run into some trouble when trying to offload the same VM in multiple offload jobs. Third, use the recent task view to monitor what parallel offload jobs are running right now. We have spent some effort to give you some detailed information about what's going on your system and what jobs are running right now. Again, let's zoom in and take a look at the details.
Usually the recommendation is to have each data store in a separate backup offload schedule. That works fine as long as all VMs on that data store only have their VMDK files in their particular data store. Special considerations are required for virtual machines with VMDK files in multiple data stores. As in this example, our VM has VMDK files in 2 data stores. In such case, the scheduled backup will automatically include all data stores required for the backup. Because of that, an individual virtual machine might be part of more than one backup schedule. In our example, the highlighted virtual machine has disks in 2 data stores. If you now select the first data store for a backup with your first data mover and the second data store for a backup with your second data mover, each data mover will back up the highlighted virtual machine. If you now start these 2 offload schedules at the same time and they are running in parallel, then depending on the timing, you may observe one of the following scenarios. One or both parallel virtual machine backups are failing with an IBM Spectrum Protect error message, or one virtual machine backup is switching from incremental forever incremental mode to incremental forever full mode with the Spectrum Protect warning message, or both of your backups are performed successfully. Again, this is depending on timing, so you cannot say for sure which of these scenarios will happen for your parallel offload jobs. Fortunately, these issues can be avoided very easily if the set of data stores included in the backup schedule entirely contains all VMDKs of all virtual machines to be backed up. In this case, it's ensured that a single VM is only offloaded by one offload schedule at a time. Once you have set up your backup offload schedules properly, you can run them in parallel. Now let's see how that looks in the recent task view of the GUI. In this example, I've started 2 backup offload schedules, offload for data mover 1 and offload for data mover 2 in parallel. The tasks to create the hardware snapshots have the name of the backup offload schedule, as you can see in the last 2 rows of this screenshot. These 2 tasks have already completed successfully, and now the attach for the first backup offload schedule is started. Notice that the attaches for the 2 parallel offload jobs are still in sequence, since we cannot do the attaches for both jobs to the same ESX host in parallel. Once the attach operation for the first offload schedule has finished, the second attach for the second job will be started. In parallel, we see the offload job for the first offload schedule being started and is processing data to the Spectrum Protect server. You can notice that by monitoring the progress column. Now that the second attach operation has also finished, you finally see two offload operations running in parallel. You can notice that again by monitoring the progress bar and see how many data has been already transferred to the Spectrum Protect server. You might have already noticed the task name for these kind of tasks. They contain a lot of information that might be helpful to identify which tasks belong together. First, you see the backup ID. That is the backup ID given by Spectrum Protect Snapshot for the hardware snapshot. Then you see a number 1, 2, 3. These are the sequence of the tasks belonging to one backup offload schedule. And then you see specific information about this task. For instance, for an attach and detach task, you see the ESX host that is used for the attach operation. For the offload task, you see the data mover that is used for the offload. Now, with the backup ID being part of the task name, it's now possible to group the task by the individual schedules by sorting the name column of this task view. Find even more detailed information by clicking on the task and looking at the Event Details section. This section contains a lot of information, including all warning and error messages that might occurring during the execution of the tasks. In this example, we have started two parallel jobs for two data movers. Now let's see what happens if we start two parallel jobs for the same data mover. Now I have started two backup offload schedules for the same data mover. The sequence of tasks is basically the same as in the previous example with two data movers until we get to the point where the second offload task is started. Spectrum Protect automatically detects that there's already an offload running for this data mover. It sets the second offload job on hold. You can notice that by two indications. First, in the progress column, the processed amount of bytes is 0. And second, if you look at the task details, you see a clear warning message that informs you that there's already an offload running for this data mover. Once the first offload has finished its operation, the second offload that was on hold will be started automatically. From that point on, everything works as in the previous example with the two data movers. That brings us to the end of this video and also the entire series. I hope you found this information useful, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section on any of these videos. Also feel free to contact me per email if you have any comments or questions about this video series or other tutorials. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again in other tutorial videos.